Welcome to the Profits in Pajamas podcast. I'm Danielle D, or Coach Danni D, and I help women to create luxury brands by creating processes and tightening their branding. This is where we talk about how to build your business in a way that allows you to work with ease and enjoy your life. My happy space is spending as much time as humanly possible in my pajamas. And I want to help others to find their happy space while still running profitable businesses. So get comfortable and let's dig in. Hello, this is Coach Danni D. And I am here with the Profits in Pajamas podcast, here trying to help women entrepreneurs that are in creative spaces to build their luxury brands, but to also build that work with ease lifestyle. So that's pretty much the mission behind this podcast is to create that space. But I know that, my audience is larger than just entrepreneurs. And one of my personal goals is to help women in general to start to get into a space of happiness and building lifestyles that are in alignment with what is fulfilling for them as people. So, as the year comes to an end, we're going into a new year. You're definitely going to hear a lot more about the topic for today, because it is one of the things that is going to be focused on a lot in 2023 for me, and that is breaking rules to fit your life. So basically, where that comes from, to give you a kind of a little bit of context, is the idea of these rules and these structures that we have been either taught as women, um, from our family, from society, from just expectations when we step outside of the lines of what we're supposed to be. We get corrected, in doing those things. And I want to help people to find freedom from that. So, personally, that has been a big part of my journey. So I talk about work with ease because, it to me is very important. We live in a grind culture, and that grind culture is doing us a lot of damage. If you look at other cultures, you travel around the world, everywhere I've been, outside of the United States is such a different feel. It's not a lot about how much you're doing, and it's about experiencing. It's about actually enjoying your life and experiencing it as opposed to constantly meeting these unrealistic expectations. So I want to help as many people as possible, especially women, because we tend to be the biggest victims of it. I want to help us to get away from those rules, those things that tell us that, you know, in this season, it's, holiday season. And that's why I wanted to do a little brief talk about this, even though there'll be more, to come on this topic. It's holiday season, and over the last couple of days, I've seen so many memes and posts about, the schools, that, in the middle of a busy holiday season where people are wrapping up things with their businesses or their employment, and trying to get gifts and trying to prepare the house and all of these things that you got going on already. Then the schools on top of that are, saying, oh, it's, Grinch day, or it's, funny pajama day, or whatever it is, right? And so I'm looking at these memes and I'm just thinking about that period of my life and thinking about, how that all feels when it's all coming at you. It's all overwhelming. It's all, it's all these things that you have to do. And if you don't do one of them, you're a bad fill in the blank. You're a bad mom, or you're a bad um, business owner, you're a bad employee, or you're a bad wife, or whatever, that role is, because you didn't do that one thing out of the 4 million things that are expected of you at any given moment. I want to invite you to kind of rethink those things. And I'm a holiday person. It's a holiday family. If y'all, know anything about me or follow me personally, you know that we are really big in holidays. That is a part of who I am. I am still that way, even in, this different version of how I view life. I'm still that way, but I kept all the parts that were important to me. I kept all the parts that were meaningful to my family, and I removed all the parts that were causing stress. I removed all the parts that were turning something that was supposed to be fun into a chore, or um, creating friction, because I'm trying to do 4 million things and now I'm yelling at my family because they're, not like, they just happen to be there, honestly. Just let's be honest. They just happen to be there while I'm having a meltdown. So that is the reality for a lot of us during this season. There's a lot of family obligations, work obligations, um, outside of work, there's, everybody has some sort of, Christmas event and gift exchange and all these different things. And I want you to be mindful of honoring yourself in all of this. The holidays are great. It's great to spend time with people. It's great to, catch up, and, there's a lot of joy associated with the holidays, but there's also a lot of stress associated with the holidays. So I want you to be mindful of what things are really fulfilling you, what things are meaningful to you, what things are aligned with your personal mission and success story, and be unapologetic about eliminating the things that are not. Because sometimes you need to do that, and sometimes you need to be able to, honor that. You know, Being in an events industry, the holiday season can be, hectic sometimes. And for me, it has been always about like what is worth that stress. So sometimes we just shut down. We're just closed. Sometimes we for certain holidays we have an increased minimum. So it has to be, a certain, amount before we'll, disrupt the piece of, family time for that thing. Don't be afraid to, to make yourself and your needs a priority. Don't be afraid to remix some things in a way. Like I said, we're still a holiday family. I still love everything about the holidays, but I had to make it different. I had to make it not as stressful or taxing, or so remix it. I mean, like, we have a tradition of decorating cookies for New Year's Eve. That's a thing that we do. And in the last couple of years, I have a friend that owns a cookie store. And so we order those pre-made. We order the cookies and the little kit, and it has the icing, and we order it pre-made, and we just do that because what I didn't like was cleaning the kitchen after we were done. I don't have to clean the kitchen anymore. We can sit and we can decorate and compete about, who made the best cookie and why yours is not the best, and have fun and watch movies while we do it. And it's it's still the same experience, but it's the version of the experience that does not cause me additional stress of having to then clean the kitchen um another time before I sit and fix, Christmas dinner. It's just one less thing. Start looking at your life and look at where you can create that one less thing. Where can you start to remove things? Because we talk a lot about, in the new year, I'm going to, but what am I going to stop doing? So where can we remove some things? Where can we sit and really look at what is aligned? Because that's what really makes a difference. If it's not aligned, then why are we doing it? So let's break free from obligation and break some of these rules that tell us, well, you have to do this, or you're not, a good mom, employee, businesswoman, whatever the role is. If you don't do X, then you're not Y. That's somebody else's rule. That's somebody else imparting their viewpoint on your life. What does it need to look like for you? What does success look like for you? What does success look like for your family? What does success look like for your business? Those are all very personal things. And I want you to start thinking about becoming a rule breaker. And again, I'll share more with you in 2023 about how you can become a rule breaker. Come join me in being a rule breaker, um, so that you can gain that freedom. Because breaking the rules is really the first step, or the prerequisite to the work with ease lifestyle. And work with ease is not just your business, it's a full lifestyle. So breaking the rules is that prerequisite that gets you there, because as long as you're bound by those rules of obligation, you will always have more things to do than you need to be doing. You will always be overbooked. You always be booked and busy, but we're trying to get to be, paid and well rested. And again, if that payment may not be, if you're not an entrepreneur, or even in your business world, if you're employed, you can still be paid and well rested. But what I was going to say is, if you're not an entrepreneur, or looking at it um from a that standpoint, from a you know actual currency payment standpoint, sometimes the payment is just fulfillment. Sometimes that payment is going to be that you are not stressed, that your anxiety is released, that you're being able to be present and enjoy what's happening in front of you, instead of looking up and realizing, oh, wait, all this time has passed and I've missed it because I was so busy doing more things, because I was told I needed to be doing more things. So, again, more to come in 2023 about breaking these rules and how that's going to look and show up in your life. But I want to create some rule breakers, because I want to see, I just want to see, conversations change amongst us as women, as, wives, as mothers. The conversation is always about being tired, being overwhelmed, and having too many things to do. Let's change the conversation about the things that we're excited about, the things that we have accomplished, and the things that bring us joy. Let's change the conversation. Okay, I'm going to let you go, and I will see you next week. And, in between, right now, I'm accepting invitations for free consultations. If you want to work with me in 2023 as your coach, if you want me to help to get you to that paid and well rested place, if you need a strategic plan to help you get there, or if you're looking to, get continued business education, reach out. I'll put the link in the in the show notes for you to sign up and book a free consultation, and we can talk about what the best if I can get the word out, what the best path is for you in 2023. All right, y'all have a great week. Thank you for listening to the Profits in Pajamas podcast. I hope you got some great tips to start working with ease. Want to stay connected? Follow me at Your Workflow on Instagram. For more information about building your luxury brand, register for my upcoming luxury brand workshop at CoachDanniD.com.